Good morning, YouTube. The iron crossbow has been found at last, but not the way you might think. I met a chap yesterday on the game, and when I met up with him, he had this thing in his hands. And I'm like, dude, is that the iron crossbow? He said, yeah. And I'm like, I've been looking for one of those things forever, you know? Anyways, because I got the gold one, and the gold one is really deadly. Most stuff is one shot and it's down, right? The wooden one really sucks, okay? But I've been looking for the iron one because I got a bunch of gold ones from another player a while back, and of course, keep one for yourself and hand out others, and also craft, right? Well, it turns out the only way to craft the gold one is you need an iron one, and you can't get it in the gem store, which kind of really sucks. And it's like a few other trinkets that have been given to me. They were at one time available on a special or whatever, and that's it, right? And we haven't seen hide nor hair of them since then. So people do get to take advantage if you keep an eye on the gem store all the time, right? See what's in there. So now I'm kind of wondering, well, if we've got wood, we've got iron, and we got gold, what about diamond? Diamond should be really super deadly. You know, kind of like our pickaxes and axes and the varieties of those and the fishing poles, etc., right? And I've got all those, right? Anyways, so I asked him, I said, can I just borrow that for like a couple minutes so I can make a copy of it? And I'll give it right back. He said, sure, right? So anyways, turns out he's an old-time player, and he's been off the board for quite a while, and so he reset his statistics, because I found it impossible that all of a sudden I meet someone who's like really low, like he's just beginning the game kind of thing, and he's already got an iron crossbow. What did he kill? You know what I mean? And so it turned out he'd gotten this thing a couple years ago, and I'm always curious about the power level of different weapons too, so I'm trying to collect them at the same time, right? Because you gotta have that nostalgia part, right? And so now I'm gonna start hunting around to talk to people, see if there was ever a diamond crossbow, and see if I can get my hands on one of those, okay? And I got one of each for the collection. Now, for the record, when it comes to the weapon quality in the game, okay, the game knows what you're using, and of course things are adjusted accordingly. Like the wood crossbow, it really does suck, okay? It's not that great of a tool, okay? And the range is not as great either. So now with the gold one, it's exceptionally good for long range, and even at long range you can still take most stuff down with one shot, no more than two usually, okay? So, and the closer you are, the more power it obviously has, because you understand anything about aerodynamics, velocity, and everything else, right? So, the iron crossbow is actually not half bad, okay? I mean, there are things that normally I'd put down in one shot. With the gold one, it's going to take at least two with this one, alright? Especially that wolf, it's now taking two with this one. But the fact is, it is a really good crossbow nonetheless, okay? So I would definitely, you know, say, hey Cap, can you make me one? Yes, I can. It's really easy. I've already run it through the crafter, okay, through the research table, and so the formula is very, very basic. I expected more steps, okay, and to have to find just yet another crossbow. If you look at the fishing poles, you know, they go into a pretty large variety from, you know, wood to stone, etc., all the way up to diamond. I expected this out of the crossbow, but not so. You go from the wood one, which you can get tons of those on your kills. It's not a big deal. To craft one, because I do have the crafting recipe, it is way too simple. You know, and anybody would have the material in like 2 minutes. To build a wood one. The iron one is a little bit more. Not by much though. I'll actually pull that up on my list here so you can see on the screen here. I wish things would go in order though. The iron one, you just need a wooden crossbow, 2 sheets of cloth, and 20 pieces of iron, which, too easy, okay? And then to go to the gold one, which is back up this way, but you need the crafting recipe or you can't do it. You're going to need an iron crossbow, which we now have, 2 sheets of paper, and 20 pieces of raw material gold. That's it. And then you can go with a gold one, right? So I'm kind of hoping there's a diamond one, because like I said, if you look at the fishing poles, or even the axes, I mean, you've got your axes that start out wooden axe to stone, iron to, well, golden axe, because they bypass a little bit there. The iron pickaxe goes to amethyst, and amethyst goes to diamond pickaxe, but then you got to get a golden axe to diamond. But you still need all of these things in order to run them through the crafter to get formulas, because it's a building stage, right? So that's the thing. Anyway, and materials on this island are everywhere to build all of this stuff, so no big deal. But I thought that's pretty cool. Now, as far as the fishing poles, I got all the bags too, because I've either been given some or won them in the game. I haven't had to buy anything from the gem store yet. And fishing poles. Start out with a wooden one, then you go from wood to stone, stone to iron, which are becoming very common in the game now to win, even the wooden ones. I've even won a couple diamond ones now. Then you go from iron to gold, okay, and then gold goes to diamond. Now, if you already got a gold one, you can just bypass and go gold right into diamond. Okay, you don't have to build a stage, right? Some things you do, some things you don't. But if you have that one item, but I can make a nostalgic kind of like museum collection into a stash box if I wanted to, of certain things, right? But the fact I have the ability to craft all this means I also can alleviate space on the stash boxes to a certain point, okay? So it's not a bad crossbow, okay? It's not entirely as appealing as the gold one, mind you. The gold one is definitely more powerful and longer range, but this one is still really decent. So if you are playing the game and you would like to go for a collection of crossbows, I have made up a bunch of the iron ones as well as gold. And of course, I can always make you a wooden one if you don't want to go kill a zombie, 500 yards away, because you're likely to get one. Wooden ones are so common in kills, it's ridiculous. But this one is hard to find. Now, he didn't tell me exactly how he acquired this one, if it was a gem store thing or if he got it in a kill back then when the game had first started coming out. But he did say that he got it, and I wouldn't expect somebody to remember from a year or two ago anyways exactly where they got it from. But it could have likely been a gem store thing, or maybe it was a win at one time. It's kind of like the flashlight, right? I won one, but before I won one in a loot chest, I was given a couple from another player, ran one through the crafter. I can build them and give them out to people. Plus I have my own flashlight, so I keep a bunch of flashlights handy and I hand those out too, and a lot of the stuff I help people with. But overall, not a bad one. So let's take a minute and go find something to kill, and we'll try it out for you. So now, one of the best things to go and try and kill with one of these things is a rafter, because I can definitely get rafters down 99% of the time with one shot if I have the right placement with the gold one. Okay, so let's see if we can find a couple of rafters. Oh, there's one right there. And he's just going to chase me, so that's not what was planned. One shot, 2 shots. Okay, now I'm going to switch over to the gold one. Stuck it here somewhere. Legendary gold. And this one is legendary iron, as you can see. Okay, so now we'll put up the gold one. Let me take care of this little set of legs. There we go. And we'll load a bolt. Let's go find another raptor. So that took 2 shots to take that puppy down. But even these guys here are pretty simple for the gold one too. Now, you're still going to have a challenge with the gold one on some zombies. We have a couple zombies that, well, even with the gold one, will still take at least a minimum of 3 shots, but it's going to take more, obviously, with the iron one, because it's not as powerful as this one. Okay, raptor, where's our raptor? We need another raptor. We gotta show the people. Come on, raptors, come out and hide. Yeah, like this one, this chick, she's always been a real nasty one. Even with the gold crossbow. Ah, there we go, finally. That's a tough one to kill. And there's also an army chick that even on the best of days, she's hard to kill with anything. Okay, there's a wolf way over there. 1 shot down. Raptor, there we go. Golden one, raptor. Oh, come on. Leave me alone for a second there, dude. 1 down, okay. Now that we have that, okay, so we just took that one with 1 shot. So let's show you the other one now. Go to the back over to the iron one. Iron. 3. See, 2 shots. The iron one is not quite as powerful, even at the same range. However, still, it's pretty good. This guy, 1 shot with the gold. Definitely going to be 2 shots with this. 2, fuck off. Okay? But the thing is if I needed to produce from the ground up to a gold, I can now do that. Okay? So, and I needed the iron one in order to accomplish that. Without the iron one, you're not building a gold one. And we don't know when the gold ones are ever going to come back. But I mean, I do have them and I can create them, so that's not an issue now. But I mean, I'm not always going to be staying on this game for the rest of my eternal life. So, you know, that's the thing. And you're going to come across different things. You'll hear about different things, and then you're going to be going, "Hey, has anybody got a gold crossbow? Anybody got an iron crossbow? Blah blah blah." Right? And so that's kind of where I was at, right? But I managed to find it. So I got to tell you, if it wasn't for that guy coming onto the game and actually utilizing this thing at that time, I never probably would have even known about it. Okay? And that it was still possible to get my hands on one, right? So, because I know that every single thing in the game, and this is a fact that has now been fully proven, everything that's in the game that can be crafted by your crafting table there, okay, has to exist, okay, including every way to build things, right? So the iron one has to exist, right? The gold one exists, right? I'm pretty sure the gold one was actually in the store several weeks ago for a very short time, if I remember right, or whatever. But the point is, I'd remembered seeing it, and I had also been given the gold ones from another player. So it's like, okay, anyhow. But that's what we got for you today, guys, on this video. And now you know what the gold one is like compared to the iron, but we also now have access to iron. So even if you want to build a collection, and even though you may not want to use the iron one, because, well, it is 2 shots for stuff, sometimes more for others, obviously, then there is the option for the gold. And I have both the gold and iron, because I did make up a whack load of gold ones and a bunch of iron ones. So, you know, if you want the collection, no big deal, but you're going to have to go out and get your own wooden one. I'm not going to stockhold wooden ones, okay? Besides, they're way too common in kills to get. I can't tell you how many wooden ones I pass up per day. It's just nuts, okay? So they're very common to get. But anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.